What worth is there to weep? For the city which cannot sleep. You know you're going to cry yourself dry. No aid can be devised for their grey and tired eyes that would substitute whiskey and rye. But podunk, in destitution, perhaps a sip is no solution. So you must grip onto futility and try to become the breaker's breaker. So split your lungs to greet your maker, and take a grip onto futility and cry.
Hey everybody. Been a while.
My, oh my, has it ever.
So nice to see y'all. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Wasn't that cool, dude?
Certainly was, and here we are again. Here we are before.
I'm here for the first time.
That's fair, I get it.
Ain't that the case? Ain't that the case? Here we are before the ephemera of the internet, hoping to tell a tale of madness and levity. So I dare ask you to afford me a moment of levity before this story is told, so we might laugh as this draft of madness unfolds. You see, there is a terrible malady in this world that has earned my acrylity, and it captivates me that there are those who remain bold. And I'd like to introduce you to them. This is my cast. We are short one this introductory day. Klaus Von H. Mr. Sneak was unable to make it here because of a prior engagement, but our regular cast of Shortstop, Thimble, and Orphid, the second Orphid, is here for you. Guys, give us a shout out.
Red, kick us off, buddy.
Oh, sure, man. Yeah, no pressure whatsoever. Hi, folks. I'm at VA Redemption. I'm going to be playing the not Irish character, Shortstop. He's a family man, big old softy, but he likes explosives, guns, and general extortion. So,
Awesome. I'm Julian. I'll be playing Thimble, a long-lost cohort of Needle, who is a crack shot and a grifter, who hides a hunting pet of a meerkat on the top of his hat as like a fake fur thing that he feeds weirdly when he's nervous.
Fantastic. And I will be Orphid, shed like skin the sins of the past, reborn into a new suit of meat.
That is certainly the way to put it. I do have to tell you that this episode is sponsored by Homebrew Havoc, put on by a companion of ours, Paul Ampersand. Got to tell you, this year the most creative minds from the world of tabletop role-playing have joined together to create an actual play adventure that is not to be missed. Explore a truly collaborative world come to life, only able to exist thanks to the imagination of a global community. You may have seen and heard of actual play fantasy shows before, never this. Join us for Homebrew Havoc. You can check him out at Paul Ampersand on Twitter. Get the deets there, and we'll have his Discord in chat in a moment here. For the moment, we've got some madness to attend to. Alrighty, fellas. Here we go. We are ready for season 2 of EIN MEMETIC MORI. We are kicking off where we left our intrepid scoundrels. They had just concluded a turf war with the glass cannons, a hive mind of hawkers, crazed individuals putting out dank delirium into the streets of the Big OP, a drug that brings people into the eldritch madness of their patron deity. But they have fallen before you, fell with the aqueduct that our dear soul blew to pieces and went to jail for. leaving us now with but a few in the remains. Shortstop, you've been a little bit lonely. The first man you knew as Orphid is dead. Your best companion, Needle, is doing some pretty hard time this time around. You know, blowing up a bank in a abandoned street of the Big OP is one thing. Blowing up a historical monument is something entirely differently. And yeah, he's got about 20 years to slave away in Bel Rev. And Mr. Sneak is, as so frequently the case, nowhere to be found. You and this new Orphid are alone, facing a city that doesn't quite have your best interests at heart, and you need to do something to make money, or your little lad, he's not going to have the life that you had hoped to give him. So how do we devise a new score for this next chapter in the Ricosian's life?
Well, I feel like Shortstop is going to just bring this guy back to our underground base, as it were, and the subway. And as it were, he would sort of have to explain a lot of stuff to him, a lot of exposition of what happened, how we got down here, etc. He would be very careful not to mention his previous master, benefactor, whatever you'd like to call him, because obviously they weren't on good terms. But Shortstop's a little beat up about the fact he's working with not a single one of his former colleagues, and he has to work with some psychic gifted kid. So maybe something easy to get us started. Shortstop doesn't like starting from square one, but it looks like he's gonna have to.
Fantastic. Alrighty then. So, here in EIN MEMETIC MORI, we devise our scores from scratch in media res. You put together the pieces that will be utilized to launch your score. Names, places, everything can be devised. The city is big and is full of opportunities. If you want to rob a pet store, there's a pet store. If you want to bust up an opium ring, there's an opium ring. The piece is in front of me, and we will make it happen. So what's on the agenda for tonight?
Well, being as Shortstop is the leader right now, which that is not a position he ever expected to fill, he's better at being a second man, or a right-hand man in that regard. So probably just what he does best, an assault. Just straight up, let's just rob a place.
Mm-hmm.
Blow into
Sounds
it,
like
take
fun.
everything out. Yeah, it sounds like fun. It won't be. I'm sure something will go horribly wrong. So let's see.
Do you have a target in mind?
You could always just do the old-fashioned way and rob a jewelry store. We could also rob a gun store. Actually, yeah, that's my idea. We should rob a gun store, get some firearms secured for a new round of Ricosians.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's certainly one way to start things off.
Need to start rearming, because we lost a lot of resources with that last raid, and we need to pick up the pieces.
All right.
Literally.
So here we are. Oh, definitely. You certainly, your old companions are in pieces. All of that.
Yeah, and my truck, my poor truck.
Your poor truck. Good
It was
lord.
worth it.
That thing blown sky high. You guys gave everything to overcome the glass cannons, and discovered that through self-sacrifice and your capacity as flawed individuals, that you could overcome the madness of even a hive mind. Let's see what madness you overcome this time. All right, so we are robbing a gun store. That is our heist. We are going to say that this is an assault. What I require is the detail. Where does all the action start? Where do you strike the gun store?
Well, Shortstop isn't dumb, but he certainly isn't bright. That's why he's a cutter. late at night, probably a little bit after midnight in the wee hours. I think the best plan of action is just to go straight through the glass window and take everything that they can find.
All
Get
right.
We
a,
could use a little finesse. I can send Hat in to disable the alarms.
I don't think
If
you're
there are
doing
any.
it. Unless CC says otherwise. Is Thimble here yet?
Thimble, that is the question. I believe what's happening is Orphid and our companion here, Shortstop, are doing this alone.
Oh, then you don't
And
get
you
my
were
help.
told-
Then
told.
fine, you don't get anything.
I'm gonna put Hat back where he belongs, and he will not disable the alarms for you.
Well, granted, maybe he is. You were sent by Needle. They just don't know you're coming.
Oh, fun.
That is a very needle thing to do.
Way to build trust, Needle. Thank you.
That's how he does it, isn't it?
That's how he always did.
He just puts us together and says, figure it out.
Cool.
So, let's see. All right, Orphid 2. Orphid Junior. I don't know. Actually, we could do that in character. I don't know why I keep talking in the third person.
So, with our details set, the next thing we're going to decide is load. What capacity of equipment are you going to be bringing to this score?
Always heavy.
We're knocking over a gun store. It's probably best to go in at least normal.
You can do all the heavy lifting then.
Bring fewer things in, take more things out.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any heavy lifting things. I'm just a little bit stronger than your average Joe, so.
Indeed. And Thimble, although they're not expecting you, and that'll be interesting. How did you arrive to this score?
I was perched in an alleyway, which is my hunting ground. If it's in the middle of the night, I'm gonna see figures scouring around or trying to be. Actually, you are with brunt force, so I'm actually gonna see it happening, and try to run in after you guys make a mess and grab what you miss.
I see how it's going to go down. But what is the load of equipment that you're going to be bringing into this scene? You can have a light load in which you have three.
Very light. Very light. I'm working at this point for myself and Hat doesn't need a gun, so.
Gotcha.
I mean, he may at some point down the line, which is what you're saying.
He doesn't have any thumbs. I don't know how he would fire it.
My.
The meerkat's name is Hat, by the way.
Lovely.
Hat.
That is a good name.
That's simple and good. Simple and clean.
That then brings us to the final question. What friends and enemies might be involved in the moment of triumph when the dice hit the floor and the engagement roll is made?
Well, new Orphid, what enemies do you have?
When I was brought back, someone tried to rip out most of me. So all you have is the raw unfettered id now. And that person is Flint, a spirit trafficker. The very first person we fucked over when we took power for our hideout.
Oh. Okay.
Things are coming back. Things are coming back. In this slow but certain return to consciousness, you are being fucked with by the spirit trafficker who once assisted the glass cannons in bringing spirit energy to their lair. So you're a little bit disheveled in your first emergence.
I'd say so, yeah. Raw unfettered id. Basically fighting for control inside of somebody else's body, the only part of my original consciousness is effectively Doom Guy. Just
Yay!
That's a great way to
Sure,
start things
you'll-
off.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Well, with that, we will make our engagement roll. There's one enemy on board and no allies, so that means this is a 0D roll to start.
Do I have any allies?
Yeah, do you have any
Honestly,
allies?
I do, but I kind of want this to be difficult. I wanted to show that shortstop isn't really that much of a leader right now.
My, oh my.
I mean that's a good arc for him throughout this, like taking up a leadership role, because he's just like, I'm used to being told what to do, and now I got to change my own diapers. So it's a little
boy.
rough. Clean up my own messes. So
Alrighty.
damn, I think that's fine.
That is a place for us to start. We are going to initiate this game with a 0D engagement roll. Fellas, can someone make that happen?
New Blood.
New blood, yep.
All right, New
what
Blood.
is 0D engagement roll?
I will happily tell you what that is all about.
Thank you.
My guy, go to the cruise sheet, the Ricosians, look at the character sheet, and you will find that I have misspoken. I think you can roll engagement from your own sheet.
Yeah, you can. It's just you got to switch it into crew mode.
What?
All
You have to
right,
switch the
so-
sheet into crew mode.
Yeah, on the crew sheet or crew mode in
Yep.
your sheet, go to underneath hunting grounds and find roll engagement. Click on that and set
Hunting
number of
ground.
dice 0. And we will see what comes
Nope.
of this.
Hunting?
Nope.
No, don't see hunting grounds.
All right, so crew sheet, go through the headers. You'll see shadows up at the top. You'll see crew upgrades, layer quality upgrades, hunting grounds, and then roll engagement. It's a big button right before
Layer.
clocks.
Crew. Still not.
Alrighty then someone else roll it.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we'll show you how to do that. We should have showed you how to do
Yes,
that.
thank
before
you.
we started.
The little things that get overlooked. Yeah, no.
Hey, 3's not bad.
3's not bad, but 3 is not a 6, not a 4. This is a desperate situation.
Oh well, I guess. Well, in that regard, shortstop's gonna do it the most reckless way possible. He's just gonna blow the door open with a charge
Nice.
because he's not really a
That'll
sneaky
do
dude.
it.
So
That will do it.
I found the hunting grounds.
he did it.
Fancy.
You did it.
Impeccable timing.
What a delight. Well, with that said, let's get to it. Alrighty then. Yeah, you burst through that window and discover that a gun shop is not the sort of place that is easy to smash and grab. The owner of the shop and a couple of his associates immediately realize that something's up, duck into corners of the room, and grab themselves munitions. You realize that guns are about to fly, and we need to see an action that steers things in your favor.
Okay. Okay. Let me see here.
We're down a man.
That's all right. He's just here to pick up my slack. I'm kidding. I'm just being toxic. Let's see here. So if I want to initiate, I feel like I'm gonna do a rec check because I'm literally just trying to blow open the front of the store to get started.
Fantastic. There's a way to start.
So rec position. You said you said that we're desperate.
This is a desperate position, yes. And this will be standard effect.
Standard effect. And since we're getting started, let me push myself. So I'll take 2 stress to give myself an extra die. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, if something really bad happens, at least it'll be funny. Oh, could I use 2 of my gear to give myself demolition tools? Would that add a bonus?
Oh yeah, that'll get you to desperate great effect.
Desperate, great. Okay, that's excellent. Let's see. Okay, desperate, great, and that's just still 1 bonus die from the stress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey.
Alrighty then, you have a partial success, which will start to get you out of this desperate situation. But anything short of a 6 in a desperate situation is not good.
There you go, man.
As the guns come flying, you realize that you need to set these munitions a little sooner than expected. You are not able to clear the blast radius quite as sufficiently as you had hoped to, and this is going to be bad. Not only are there eyes on you as you set and place this charge, a little bit of shrapnel strikes you, so you are facing 2 consequences here. There is heat that will be accumulated because innocent eyes saw this go down, and you are going to take the 1st level harm of shrapnel blast. You are able to resist both consequences, or none.
Well, I don't want to resist the heat. I am going to resist the damage, though, because that's what I'm
Alrighty then.
excelling at. So I'll just expend 1 of my armor slots and be done with that.
Alrighty then. So you were set up for this. Glass comes flying at you, striking you here and there, but fortunately, padding placed in the right locations saves you from some pretty nasty nicks. And you have clearance to rush into the shop. There is screaming and flailing as the store owner and his companions race to arm themselves, because they're as willing to make a mess as you are.
Are their guns made of metal?
I'd hope
Yes,
so.
they are.
Can I cast Tempest?
You may cast Tempest.
You're such a bastard.
There's a way to
Let
do
me
it.
make a bunch of guns spin around rapidly. There's nothing bad that can come.
Oh no, Tempest can also be a bolt of lightning.
Oh,
Don't
goodness.
kill him! Don't kill him!
Well, should I
You're gonna
not
make
kill them?
shortstop sad.
Because I feel like right now Orphid would probably kill them.
If you kill them, shortstop's gonna be angry. So just fair warning, you can do it.
Mm,
But I'm just letting you know the consequences. You're gonna get a big
mm,
angry Irishman after you.
The consequences, yes.
mm.
Are we not trying to kill them?
No, they're just innocent people. I just want their shit.
Mm. No,
As far as
Orphid's
you
like
know.
not even thinking, like cognizant of what he's like at this moment. I feel Orphid feels the nesting one in this Chili's tonight, and I'm gonna go ahead and make that attunement roll.
That's rough.
It is a risky standard, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's see.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh
shit.
dear. Well, things have not turned to your favor. Invoking some great power from the nesting one, her ability to facilitate such subtle airs within the world around her. Unfortunately, those arrows aren't quite pointed in the right direction. As you invoke a gust about you, as you spark the air and fire your bolt, we will see that there is a source of metal closer than your opponents that draws the beacon.
What have you done?
Oh, geez.
What have you done indeed? You've struck the thimble.
Oh, no.
From your place of perching, thimble, some metal upon you attracts the lightning bolt.
We haven't even
Welcome
met
to
yet.
the crew. Welcome to the crew.
What a great way to get acquainted. Like,
Ain't it? Ain't
And
it?
I was worried about earning your trust.
that was your first mistake. And maybe last, depending on how this goes.
I mean, I guess no honor among thieves, right?
No.
Right. So, as you do have some metal objects about you, ready to assist or maybe grab what remains of the heist, you are struck with a lightning bolt, and you take second level harm of lightning
Oh,
bolt.
jeez.
Now, you are able
Damn it.
to resist this. You may use one of your attributes to roll a resistance check. This could be your insight, your prowess, your resolve. What you do is you will click on the actual insight, prowess, resolve in your sheet, and it will roll dice equal to the number of skills that have at least one pip.
Ooh. So I click there. And... Nope, we're going to do that one. And... 4?
Oh, snap. That's a crit.
Did I do it right?
Definitely more dice than you could possibly have.
I have no idea.
We are going to just fix that. So you rolled prowess. In order to roll a prowess resistance roll, you would have dice equal to the number of pips in your first column. So that'd be 2.
First column.
Yes.
2.
And it would
Got
actually automatically do the first 2.
Fixed it.
Still a crit. Let's go.
Still
You tried.
not a crit. See, if you click on prowess, it'll roll the 2 dice. You add bonus dice by adding additional.
Oh.
Got it. Damn it.
Still, actually, you only had 2 dice.
Nope,
Now I'm gonna
okay.
be
Oh, it's still good.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll go with your roll here. You actually rolled that one. You rolled a 4. That means that you are going to accrue 2 stress from resisting this. So add 2 stress to your marker. You probably shouldn't have any stress yet. So you have 2.
Right.
And then you're going to take a first level harm, static shock.
Ow.
Oof.
Yeah, and you scream, you shout as you might give out a nice little ow.
Which totally gives away my position. So now
Which
you know
kind of
I'm
gives
there.
away your position. Yep. So yeah, there's this guy who was perched above the shop watching you. He was close enough that he drew your lightning bolt, having the most prolific metal about him. And that's not good because these guys are angry. And an additional consequence that comes from this failure that brings it to a desperate situation is these guys place suppressing fire on you and Shortstop. So you guys are going to take first level harm of suppressing fire. You might get nicked or grazed by a bullet.
I'll protect the fucker. God.
You protect him. All right.
Yeah.
You are a protector. You can roll with a +1d to prevent him from taking harm.
Yeah. Alright, I'll roll a prowess, add 1 bonus die.
All right, a 5. That means you take 1 stress for performing this action. How do you do this?
So I'm assuming, Orpha, tell me what exactly you did before you what happened when you shot this, because it's gonna
I saw them readying their guns. I clapped my hands together when I brought them apart. There were arcs of lightning. I was getting ready to focus that in a forward direction, but I didn't know there was some metal off to my side, and that grounded the lightning into our new friend Thimble.
Well, like this, and it just went straight up.
Before I could get to
your
this,
new
I was like,
and
oh,
ex-friend.
Our new enemy, you mean? Shortstop's gonna see these guys like all raise their guns, and Shortstop's just gonna like immediately like dive and like throw the guy low enough to the ground to where he's not getting shot at through the windows.
Am I allowed to like react to the fact that I got shot by lightning?
Oh yeah, banter to your liking,
Okay.
my guy. Banter to your liking.
Awesome. Cool. So in getting shot with lightning, I'm gonna sick hat on wherever the lightning came from. To basically nibble on whatever attacked me. And then I'm gonna start limping towards the action, and pull out a very long range rifle towards the head of where I thought the lightning came from.
Well
Round.
then,
Oh, this is getting fucked.
oh boy.
what a start.
Hey, the trucks are in
What?
the corners, though.
What a start indeed. So you guys are standing off in your positions of hiding while suppressing fire pours over you. Well, what a way to make introductions. We've got an arc of lightning pointed at Thimble and a rifle pointed at Arfid. Make your acquaintances, fellas. What do you say?
That was entirely rude. I was minding my own business.
I think he's with them.
What the? Who the fuck are you, then?
You may call me Thimble. I've been following you guys. I was sent from Needle, but if you're gonna shoot your teammates,
Honest mistake. Look, if you're gonna put your gun on the enemy, don't kill him. Don't kill him. Like, shoot him in center mass, leg, something. Better yet, just don't use that thing at all.
with the luck we're having, that's probably a good idea.
Just stay there. Go get the
Alright,
truck.
We have a truck. That's awesome, and I'm gonna go get the truck.
That's fair.
Alrighty then. Yeah, this is looking like a really bad situation. You met up with this fella who was right over your shoulder. He introduced himself as someone sent by Needle. He's a little bit grazed by what's just happened, but hey, he's the first guy to point a gun away from you in a long time. You got to give him some credit for that.
Shit, I guess.
I also pointed it at them.
But that's not the first time that's happened to them.
I'm gonna hop into the truck and rear end it into the shop.
Oh,
That's what I
goodness.
said to do.
Let's go.
You left it
Fantastic.
pretty open ended.
So
This whole
a
game's
way
open
of-
ended.
A good roll for maneuvering a car is a finesse roll. Would you like to do that?
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
Let's see if we can do it right this time.
You are in a desperate situation.
Wrong one.
Well, I was going to tell you about how you could get bonus die, but it looks like you didn't need it. You roll into the blue without any additional assistance, and you have got a 6. That's what we need to see. This is the size
Beginner's
of dice
luck.
roll. Yes, this is the size of dice roll that's going to turn things around. You have overcome the desperate situation. I want you to plug 1 point of experience into prowess, and tell us what happens here. Tell us how you turn the tide.
The rear ending of the truck into the shop causes cover from the fire coming from inside the shop, and the chaos probably makes everyone stop shooting and go, "Why would someone do that?" Which allows us to gather loot if we want.
Alrighty then. There's a lot of confusion as this car goes careening into their shop. They have to reposition themselves. A couple people are knocked over. They jump and hit their heads on the side of a shelving unit. There's disorientation. You have an opportunity to grab, having just effectively smashed. What happens? How do you load up the car?
In a fireman's line.
Fantastic.
Yes, in front of a bunch of firemen.
Right.
No, Shortstop's gonna get the duffel bag out, start like beneath the cover. He's gonna like reach over, grab things from the counter, just load up as much as he possibly can.
Oh, that's way better than my idea.
Would there feasibly be a store of ammunition nearby?
Oh yeah, probably.
Could I use an
Think
arcane...
the store for the ammunition is separate from the store for the guns?
A gun shop sell ammo.
No, when I say
store
store
in
of
the-
ammunition, I mean, like, would there be, like, a place in this shop where they would store ammunition, like, ready to sell, like, where it's easily accessible?
Oh
understand.
yeah, it'd be behind the counter.
Fantastic. Could I, in theory, use an arcane implement to cause a mass thermal detonation behind the counter near the ammunition to give a bonus die?
Fun.
You're gonna kill us.
Maybe.
And
Alrighty then.
silver lining.
So, as you guys prepare to smash and grab, he is basically causing a small destination of ammunition behind the counter to give this this process of loading up your car a bonus die. All I need now is a roll that represents your ability to get things in the car and get moving.
Oh.
Are we all doing that, or is one of us doing it?
You are able to do it together. There's something called a teamwork action. That's in which everyone rolls an action and you take the best. However, for every failure, the leader of the group action takes stress.
I'll
Ooh.
take the stress.
All
Okay.
right.
Do it?
So
Okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Shortstop is leading the collection of ammunition and armaments. What role is representing this, dear leader?
I'm probably breaking a lot of glass to get to these things. So I'd imagine breaking a lot of glass, a lot of wooden cases and stuff like that to get these. I think wreck would be an apt
All right,
check
so
again.
Makes sense.
Shortstop is leading a group wreck. What I need to hear is who is participating in the teamwork. Everyone who wants to participate rolls a wreck. For every failure,
I am definitely participating.
fantastic.
I am
We
providing a
have 2 people
distraction.
in the wreck. All right, so you're not quite involved. You're adding a bonus die.
Yeah,
So you guys are getting a bonus die from Orphan.
teamwork.
So this time I do add +1
You do add +1, correct.
Is this a
to
risky
prowess.
standard?
This is a risky standard wreck.
Okay.
So you will click on wreck specifically.
One bonus thing. See what we get. Son of a bitch.
All right, so we have partial success.
It's not
We are
horrible.
locked into a partial success. Let's see how Thimble does.
Don't fail me now.
Submit. Then I get 1 bonus dice.
Yeah.
One bonus die, correct. And a 6!
Oh, well, you know, that tracks, yeah. Okay.
Wow! Things have just picked up now, haven't they?
I like the new guy now.
This guy showed up, he got in the way of your Thunderbolt, and after completely screwing up your first assault, he just delivers on the second wave, getting in there and just showing you how much of a reckless little grifter he is.
Listen, if it's shiny, I'm gonna grab it. So,
All right, so we
Is the
have a
meerkat helping you?
He's grabbing
well,
pistol.
the guns are too big for the meerkat. He does like jewelry and pickpocketing, or like biting someone in the nuts if I ask him to.
My.
He's grabbing bullets one by one.
Yep.
Grabbing bullets one by one. So we've got a little meerkat who is collecting up errant slugs and just screwing up and placing them in your pocket. Safe.
Yep.
Okay.
and you guys have a loaded truck. These fellas.
Does the truck still drive?
I fucking
well,
hope so. What'd you do?
I mean, I drove it backwards into the building, so the engine's still intact, right?
It's a not Ford. I'm sure it'll hold up. It's got a steel frame. Yeah.
What's
Well done,
wrong with
fellas.
Fords?
You fix or
It's
repair
a
daily,
backward
boy.
car.
You fix or repair daily. Let's see if that's the case right now. You guys have your means of getting away. We just need a good roll to represent getting this junker out of here.
I did a great job of driving before. You want me to drive again?
I don't like you driving my truck.
That's fair. I step aside.
He's gonna hop in, and I'm gonna roll a fucking natural failure. Just watch. Well, since you backed into the store, I guess I got a wreck to get back out of it.
Right.
Just
Can I
drive through
use
the hole I
demolition
created.
tools to help?
Demolition tools would be great here.
Okay, I'm gonna use demolition
Yeah.
tools to help. So I withdraw my hands from my vest, and instead of showing off a suicide vest this time, it's just a couple of grenades. And I pull the
My,
pin
my.
and throw them open-handed.
Scare the shit out of me.
I feel like you
Yeah.
do this a lot.
There's
He
a
does.
There's a whole bunch of debris that just sort of careened down onto the car that needs to be blasted into itty bitty pieces so that you can get moving. And you could have removed it piece by piece, but that would have taken time, and you don't have time because these guys have gotten to their shotguns and rifles, and they are squaring them on you. Roll that wreck.
Let's go.
Are we all rolling? Or is it one person?
This is one person. He
Okay.
has help action from our good companion Orphan.
Is that a risky great effect
This is going to be risky, great, yes,
with the bonus die?
with the bonus stat.
Excellent. That's good. Yep,
That's
we
good.
like to see it. You love to see it.
Aye. That's exactly the kind of roll that we need to get our sorry little arses out of
Their
this
shift.
ridiculous situation that we have created for ourselves. You go into drive, and you take it like a champ. You amp yourself and burst out to the streets. And just tell me how this all unfolds before us.
Well, shortstop is sort of the the driving fellow of the group, designated driver, dare I say. So he just
Oh,
puts
dear.
his hand on the stick shift and just immediately shifts it. Just goes out and swerves into the street, almost dovetails, and just pulls around the corner, and he's off. He's gone. Hopefully, you two jumped in while he was doing that.
Yeah.
100%.
I dare to hope. I dare to hope. And you gotta hand it to him. You gotta hand it to him. This is a 1920s not Irishman proving him that they can be the designated driver.
I hope Neil isn't watching. I love you, Neil. If you
Alrighty then. This is the sort of roll that gets us out of Dodge.
Yeah,
Oh,
good
we're in a
teamwork.
Dodge.
You have a Ford.
I was gonna
Alright.
say, yeah, we're in a Dodge, right?
One or the other. It's some sort of just, amalgam of all American, not American, dare I say, cars in the big OP.
Good old steel truck.
And although you started off a little bit hard here, you proved just how OP you are. This is the conclusion of the score. You're bringing it home, babies. Let's look at how you walk away victorious. Alrighty then. Bust open that crew sheet and let's adjudicate the outcome. So you have gotten weapons. There are two options before you. You can decide that this is that this is going to represent an asset, an exquisite weapon that you can utilize in a score to really amp up the weapon used by the individual that calls upon it.
Dibs.
Or you can sell it for
Bastard.
coin. I'm going to say that you get 2 coin regardless, selling off a lot of superfluous wares that you don't need, and then it's either an exquisite asset or 4 more coin. What's your call?
Well,
I'm always gonna want more coin.
But it could be a cool gun.
Yes,
I lost
which I'm
my
calling dibs to.
cane. I would have to make
You
a new
lost?
cane.
You need
My
money to make a new
my.
cane, don't you?
Could take the exquisite asset and make that into something new.
It's like a Browning light machine gun, and you're gonna turn it into a cane. Like,
I will
It
turn
is
it into
basically-
a
It is basically an exquisite object that can serve as anything that you call a weapon. What exactly it is not something that I'm going to decide for you. It is exactly what you're hoping it is. And you don't have to decide that until you take it and put it into play.
Oh.
oh,
So it's a very nebulous thing that becomes exactly what you need it in the moment.
How much coin are we talking?
said 4 more.
4.
Four
that's
more.
that's
That's
Four
what
whole
you can sell.
coins?
4
a
whole
lot.
coins. It is
How,
a
what's the
pretty good
exchange rate
score.
on that?
A lot.
It's a lot. It is very much.
But this is
buy
a-
a
we got 2
Powerful
coin for
thing.
pulling. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, CC.
But it is a powerful thing. You got 2 coins regardless. The question is 6 or 2 plus a very powerful item.
Should we
Is it
talk
possible that more coins mean we could get like a variety of weapons? So like we don't have to like choose who gets the one weapon?
You, in fact, could take some of this coin and then turn it into a smaller stash of fine weapons that you could pull at your leisure.
We already have those, though.
Yeah, we got
kinda
fine
do.
weapons. So.
We do?
Yeah,
Yep.
you actually do.
Find
They
that
have
out really
something.
quick.
Yep, they have a crew upgrade that gives them fine upgrades. This is exquisite,
it.
tier above.
Ooh.
This is a little bit out of your reach from just crew upgrades. This is something fancy. It's like you pop open something you found in your smash and grab, and you're just taking a moment. You're beholding something quite great.
What do you?
You're actually realizing that you might have stolen from someone who's a little bit more powerful than just your ordinary weapons dealer.
Oh well, then we
Probably
definitely
keep
want to
this,
keep it.
You want to keep it?
Yeah, definitely now.
Okay. You don't want to keep it and like try to flip it?
No,
that'd be a bad idea.
because they probably have more of this, and then we won't have this.
That's fair.
No.
Okay. So we keep
Well,
it.
yeah, this is like not 1920s, 1930s. So this is probably like a light machine gun, probably like a Browning, not Browning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is early automatic weapons.
Oh well, shortstop wants to keep it just on that principle. This thing could
Okay,
literally
I'm down.
tear a hole through a concrete wall. Like, why would we not keep that?
If they had this,
Yeah,
if they had this out at the shop, we would have been Swiss cheese.
Yeah, we would have been dead. We just opened up this big wooden crate, like, oh fuck, man, what the fuck?
If they had it ready, you would not have gotten out of there.
Or in.
Oh, indeed. Oh,
Shortstop's
indeed.
probably
So we're-
strong enough
so-
to just like haul this thing around, like hip fire it.
And your big meaty paws.
My big meaty
So
paws.
we're in agreement, right? We're taking it?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. That means that you guys are going to accrue 2 coin for your successful score. And getting into a hodgepodge with these fellows that you are now discovering to be a little more than just bumpkins, you're going to get some rep. You
Oh,
guys
boy.
are going to accrue 4 rep.
Brad?
Nice.
Is that on the crew sheet or our personal ones?
This is
Crew-
going to be a crew sheet. Reputation
Okay.
is how you increase your tier. It basically brings the entire party up to another level of power. And let
Sweet.
us see. I just need to roll something to decide exactly who it is you just fucked over.
Okay. Who have we not fucked over yet?
my.
Well, we
This
killed one of the
is-
people that we could fuck over, so
Mm-hmm. You're going to hear through the grapevines that this gun shop had affiliations with a ever so familiar group. Someone from your old ugly past, shortstop.
Oh fuck.
These guys run the guns for the Seekers.
Oh god. Well,
All right.
damn.
Should I be
Those-
worried?
It's like poetry,
Yes.
CC.
No.
It's like poetry, man.
Mhm.
Season 1, episode 1, season 2, episode 1. Let's go.
Oh,
Right.
Lord.
For those of us just joining us today, the Seekers
Like me.
are hello. Yes, the Seekers are a religious sect of the very milquetoast monotheistic religion known as the Traveler's Caravan. This is a monotheistic religion that worships a fire god that created the sun with a massive torch and then walked off into the distance to create other stars and other universes. We exist in the billow of his smoke, the smoke that rests within the wake of his torch. And as we go through life, live and die, we re-enter that smoke and we pass through the cosmic ephemera to enter the next world that he has created. The Seekers, however, have a heterodox understanding of the religion. They are a cult that believes that this world is the Traveler's latest creation, that we are in the midst of the newest sun. And not only are we on his newest planet, they believe that he has not even left the surface of the earth yet to create his new world. That he is here, that he is with us in our world. That the traveler who creates the suns of the universe is within our very city. The Seekers intend to find him, and they will go to any length to find him. So yeah, you're dealing with some fanatical, monotheistic, religious nut jobs who are trying to find God in their neighborhood. And
I know
yeah.
the con we're supposed to run.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe one of us is God, and we try to sell it.
Certainly a possibility.
Oh. So we're
But
Avengers
yeah.
now?
Are flame retardant suits a thing? Like we can just like set me ablaze, and I can use my natural wit and charisma to fool them.
Certainly something that could come down the line.
What's happening?
I think
Some of that is that you have pissed off the Seekers, and they are going to decrease faction standing. They are now at -2,
Oh
and
yeah.
if you piss them off again, then you're going to go to war.
That's just an excuse for me to take out Otto, that son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. However, since you are bumping heads with the Seekers, you will get a letter from the Privy. They are an enemy cult. They believe many of the same things that the Seekers believe, that we are in the Traveler's latest world and that he is here within our city, but the Privy look to protect God's identity and privacy. They do not want God to be found. They want him to be at peace so he may observe our world. And you will be contacted by their voices and congratulated for
Their
taking
voices?
their voices. That's what they call their their associates that deliver messages. Their voices.
Oh, okay. Not like
Mhm.
actually ominous voices in my head.
Nope. You basically get a gopher that runs up to you, gives you a message, and he says he's
Got
the
it.
voice of the Privy. And you are congratulated for your righteous acts on this day. All right. This means that you have a faction standing increase with the Privy. They are at +2.
Ah, good.
They could
Maybe we can pit
possibly
them
be...
against each other.
Oh, well, they're already against each other, basically always.
They're going to try to pit us against each other. Well, rather, the Privy is hoping that we will help them annihilate.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking at. Alrighty then. But, as all of this information concludes, we look a little bit at the downfall of your score. You guys are going to develop some heat. You had witnesses that you weren't able to ablate, and someone died. So that is going to add up to 5 heat. That is going to roll over your heat, accrue a wanted level, and leave you with 1 afterwards.
Do we
Wow.
hold on to that? Is there anything we can do to reduce that?
You can reduce it during downtime, yes,
Okay.
but wanted levels stick around until you do something big to remove them.
Like send someone to jail.
Invoke a score or send someone to jail.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So what we are now going to do is I'm going to roll one last little thing. There's going to be an entanglement that happens at some point in downtime. I am going to roll that and see what comes. And then I will bump it out on you at some time of my choosing. So
That's
secret
terrifying.
roll. The spooky secret roll has occurred.
Okay.
Alrighty then. That brings us into downtime. This is where you're going to unwind a bit from your score, recuperate your resources, and heal wounds, or press forward with long-term projects. Little things you want to accomplish in the city that don't evolve in one dramatic score. What are you guys going to do? You all have 2 downtime actions.
We are an hour.
What does
in.
that
Do you
mean?
want to take a little bit of a break before we get to downtime?
That is, in fact, a good idea. We are a little bit of time in, so how's about we call a 5-minute break and then return to attend to downtime.
All right.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere, anybody. We are going to take a short rest, and we will return very shortly. Mark. Welcome back,
Oh,
everybody.
wow. Nice to see all your bright and shining faces again out there in the internet ephemera. Our companions just had themselves a rather exciting heist, starting off terribly with a bit of a shock. They met Thimble, who was sent to pry into their meanderings by Needle. And my, did they had an electric introduction to one another. Fortunately, they had their eyes on the prize and maintained focus on nabbing those munitions and got away with a sweet, exquisite weapon, plus a little bit of extra to tide over their finances. But now it is time for them to relax, let loose, and prepare for their next score. So we're going to do downtime. You all have 2 downtime actions that you can take. You can do things like heal up, you can reduce your stress, you can reduce heat on the crew, or perform a long-term project to make something happen in the city. What you guys gonna do?
I can do 2 things.
2 things, yes.
If they're down, I'd like one of them to be like introducing each other, not trying to kill one another.
Oh, and you can do any role playing you want to do at
And
any
then,
time.
and then I would like to jaunt into an alleyway to pickpocket and mug some losers.
Alrighty then. So,
Or
seems
winners.
like-
I mean, they probably have better loot.
So, is petty crime something that you do to reduce stress in your life?
Yes, I'm kind of a gambler, so like when I it reduces stress when I win, and it increases stress when I lose.
My, ain't that the life of a gambler? Alrighty then. So you may roll a indulge vice.
Ooh, that sounds like a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
So you'll
wrong
see
button.
indulge vice right under all of your stats and above your stress bar.
Yeah, indulge vice. Yep, gonna click it. Do I just click submit?
You click submit. Yes.
Bam.
You have rolled a 3, which reduce your stress to 0, but you have overindulged. And overindulgence is a little bit of a problem. There is something that has come of your attempt to indulge vice that is going to cause a little problem for you or your companionship. Let's see
Did I
what
get
that
caught?
is. We will see. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to roll the tetrahedron of doom. So
Oh,
roll
no.
a 1d4.
Holding my breath.
Let's see. Breath is held. Dice are rolled.
Holding more.
Feel it. I'm feeling the breath.
Did
Big breath. So you can do this by typing / roll 1d4, or if you've got a dice in front of you, roll it and tell me what it is.
1d4?
Yeah, 1d4. The tetrahedron of doom. A
Did it roll?
3. Yes.
A 3.
Oh dear. Well, this is interesting. This is a great way to introduce yourself to the cast, to the crew, to everyone here at EIN MEMETIC MORI. The overindulgence effect that you have suffered is lost. You disappeared for a while. whatever you are doing has distracted you to such a degree that you disappear. You are nowhere to be accounted for. The character that just showed up disappeared as quickly as they arrived. This is very interesting because this is the first time this has happened in EIN MEMETIC MORI. What you are going to do is you're going to play a burner character for the next heist. You just roll them one. Yep. And then after that happens, Thimble will return. So
Okay.
This is very interesting because we've had a couple guest stars before, and they have created characters that are in fact part of the crew and continue to be part of the crew. So you're going to have the opportunity to play AB or Dandelion next session, or add yet another individual to the cast of ancillary characters.
Wonderful.
But yeah, as soon as Thimble shows up, so does Thimble disappear. In and out. As if only
So much for
Warren
that conversation I wanted to have.
Right?
That's fucking rough.
Oh my.
There you go.
Just for the sake of having something come to get these characters developed, would you like to perhaps say that this conversation happens before this dice roll occurs?
100%. Like this is a conversation that, like, on the drive, like once we're not in pursuit of, or being pursued, like as we're pulling in, like admiring our loot, I go off to do my muggings when things get quiet because it makes me uncomfortable. But up until then, it's
right.
chit-chatting, getting to know each other.
Then let's backtrack a bit. Right before the payout occurs, right before you come to understand all that has developed from your action here at the weapon shop, what banter occurred in that car?
So, really good call getting asking me to get to the car. Like that worked out for everybody.
Yeah, he's sort of like looking over the looking over the seat, like back at you. Have one hand on the wheel. He's just vibing. Like he's cool. Cool as a cucumber.
Awesome. Is this
So-
normally how this crew works?
Shortstop's gonna look over at Orphan.
The face of a different person is looking back at you.
As the uncanny valley sets in. No, but this is gonna be the normal for a while, I think.
Okay. How did we get where we are?
So this bloke died. The actual
Looks pretty alive to
brains-
me.
Well, he's here, but not 100%, if you understand. The bloke that ran
Oh, was he
operations-
dropped?
I turn around and I stare you deep in your eyes and I tell you,
I have gazed into the depths of the machine, and I see the beacon alight at eternity's edge.
That's nice, buddy. So...
That's unsettling.
Well, he does that time to time. The bloke that actually ran operations is your friend there. He's sitting in jail. For years. So I'm running things in the meantime. I don't know where the fuck Mr. Snake ran off to, but should be around. Maybe. I don't know. I don't trust the guy, but we're still tight, I suppose. Hey, I don't know. Shit's fucked. He's gonna take off his hat. Just gonna throw it on the dashboard.
I was Hat was able to get me a message from Needle to find you guys, but what is it you're trying to do, or I can help with? Or I don't normally work as part of a team, so this is extremely awkward for me.
Well, so I'm not a part of it.
And I'm just gonna like keep my eyes like darting back and forth between both of you because now I'm terrified of that horrible voice.
He's gonna look over to Orphan like, I should do the talking. So I'm trying to make enough ends meet for me and mine. These are trying to build this machiner.
I'll help if it makes me money. I don't really care what comes of it, but I'm here for the money. I'll be quite honest. This guy's here for some eldritch nonsense, but you know, I'm short-stopped, by the way. This is Orphid. What's left of Orphid? What's reforming of Orphid?
Do you still go by Orphid?
Yes.
Whoa.
He does, yeah.
Goodness.
Yes.
Wonderful. Is there anyone else in there with you?
Not for long.
That means yes.
He's having a wee bit of an existential crisis, you see. Just give him a little bit of time. He'll figure it out. I'll find.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm the straight man of this group, so if you need to talk to anybody, it's probably going to be me. Going to be quite honest with you.
Well, I have a 50-50 shot of talking to one of you, and you seem to not terrify me, so that sounds good.
Oh, that'll change in time, I'm sure.
Wonderful.
I'm the guy that blows things up.
Oh, fun. Why didn't you try doing that with the heist?
I did, but I didn't go really well.
Ow!
He's gonna put his hand on the seat and look back.
Better watch your tongue, new blood.
No,
Hurtful
what I got
comments were
was a bolt of lightning going not towards where you were aiming, or was that the other guy?
That weren't me. I can't do that. Any of that whimsical mambo jumbo crap.
Misfortune guides our steps.
Yes, it does. Good man.
I'm gonna pat him on the
Yeah,
shoulder.
but
later.
it doesn't have to.
I turn to you and again, just deep gaze into your eyes.
Yes, it does.
Your
Oh,
head like turns like
okay.
180, like the grudge is like. Yes.
Well, this is just a lively bunch.
Yeah.
So you have individual roles. Like, is there? What do you need the weapons for?
Oh, rearming after what happens at the aqueduct. Need to get some fresh blood in, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people out for our throats, because we just took out a big player in the city. So having more guns is probably a good thing. Though we probably just made a crippling enemy, so we'll have to see how that turns out.
Oh, so we're like creating self-prophesizing loops. I like it.
Yeah, sure. If you want to look at it that way, sure.
Wonderful. Cool. How can I help?
What are you good at?
Well, I'm really good at standing far away from things and shooting them.
We actually don't
Sometimes
have one
I
of
don't even
those.
have to look at him. I can hit him dead square between the eyes. Hat here is pretty good at running off with small things or like cutting alarms. And most of the time people think I have a limp, but just because my cane sells it really well.
Ah, I see. So you're a
He's just like gesturing.
Some would
like,
say a
what are
con man. I like the term grifter. It's more of a performance art.
you're like a greasy needle, as it were.
Yes,
Okay, and you actually use guns.
very well. And
Okay.
I'll pull out one of my two very wonderful pistols and shoot out the window and hit like a sign dead center without looking.
Bam!
There goes the windshield. I just had that thing. Thanks. Thanks, man. I'm gonna wring your fucking neck if you pull that shit again. I already got to deal with this. Nice, man. In the seat to the right of me. I don't need to deal with you blowing out my windshields.
Yeah, but I hit what I was aiming at. That was the whole point.
Congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad. I don't even know what in the fuck you were aiming at. I don't care. You blew out my bloody fucking windshield.
Yeah, it was in the way of what I was trying to prove. So, collateral damage.
Good
Much like the
job.
walls of that place I drove into. Like it all gets to the end result.
Oh, I'm sure the insurance companies will love that. And oh yeah, this fucking bloke just backed into me store with a truck. What? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna need a drink after this one. Holy fuck me.
Holy fuck's sake. Indeed. So, driving away from the heist, you discover that Despite all efforts to get out of there full cloth, you have lost one more window. And then this guy just disappears. Disappears in the blue. Slinkering out of your lives as quickly as the needle threaded him into it.
Great. So I'm stuck with a nut job. Fantastic. And another nut job whenever he feels like showing up for work.
All righty then. So here's the thing that will then come from the fact that you are lost. Your stress and injuries will go away, and you will return to the crew in in the session after the next, ready and raring to go. But you're going to play one of the burners next session just to flesh out the ancillary characters to your liking.
Okay.
Basically do with them whatever you feel like. We're going to discover that our ancillary characters, mantled by multiple people across the cosmos, are probably going to end up being a little bit of a colorful bunch. But I think that's going to be part of the fun of it, indeed. But with that, your downtime unfortunately ends. You're refreshed to the extent that you can be, and then it comes to one of our other companions.
Cool.
All right, who's up next?
I think part of Orphid's downtime activities is you should take a throat lozenge.
Wow. Any response to that, Orphid?
No. I was fucking something last night, dude.
I need to talk to Fermata.
Fermata. Fantastic. What are you talking to him about?
I need to know how the construction of the machine has been in my absence. What's the time gap, by the way? Since I annihilated my body.
The time gap has been 3 months.
Okay. So I've been gone for 3 months. I imagine I probably showed up to like shortstop planning this heist by himself, and you know, he figured out who I was pretty quick, and it was like, oh, okay, we can actually pull this off now. And then
Right.
but I haven't been back to see Fermata yet, so I am coming back to the cult that swore that they were going to be building my machine.
It's you. I didn't think this was possible. You have all of his effects, that gravel in your voice, it's really you, isn't it?
I just nod.
Well, my colleagues here at the university are starting to piece together the elements for building it. As you know, the first answer is to build the necessary philosophical understanding of it, the equations that can even begin to put the mechanical engineering into play. And there is a snag. There's a source of fuel that it requires to build to build its system of understanding, its ability to conclude on the nature of utopia, the utopia that it will then create. It seems that our first goal in building the machine is to construct the utopia equation, the mathematical resource that will allow the machine to understand what utopia is, what goes into creating it. Our scholars are at work at it, but it is a very lofty question, sir, a very lofty question.
I have gazed upon the machinations of gods and seen their vision. The equation unravels in my mind.
That is fortunate to hear, sir.
I merely require the vessels.
So for
We'll see
my
what we can do.
downtime, I'm going to start abducting people throughout the city to use their brains
my.
as computers to calculate the
Oh,
equation.
my. Oh my! What a way to
Glad
go!
you're
What a
back
place
to
to
your
go!
old self.
And you get to come back to the team?
We
What a
don't
way
know.
to do it!
I don't know.
That'll certainly do it.
Consort.
All right, so you're gonna start. You're gonna build up a kidnapping ring. That's a great way to return to the old grinder. Let's build a kidnapping ring together. That sounds like a wholesome ordeal. All right, I'm gonna say that to get a couple of completely innocent poor souls into whatever terrible brain drain machination you have concocted will take. I feel it's going to be a series of downtime completions that will get you.
That makes sense, yeah.
This will be the first of many. The first step will be an 8 count. You're going to nab some poor patsies and hook them up to basically a brain machine.
Fantastic. I think the first
brain
part
machine.
would be testing. So I will assume that my colleagues in the cult can abduct a few random stragglers while I conduct the study on the first ones to make sure that the method will, in theory, actually work.
Fantastic. Let's consort. Get this structure prepared, ready to play out.
All right. Fortune roll, right? Consort
Fortune roll.
Okay.
Consort
And
fortune.
2 standard. Okay. 0 bonus dice. Just to refresh my mind, we can't give ourselves bonus dice in downtime, right?
You can push yourself. You can.
Nah.
All right.
Don't need it.
You don't. Consort of 6 will give you 3 ticks towards the completion
Let's
of this
go.
downtime activity. You need to get to 8. Do remember that you can pay a coin to take the full success up to a crit, which is 5 ticks.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my bit. If Red's keeping the gun and I'm keeping a coin, then I'm gonna use that. Yep.
All right.
That's right.
So goodness. I think there's just something about you rising from the dead that gets your cult into full action. Some very terrible things are happening in the night in the Big OP. People are being stolen from their beds. They are finding themselves unable to make their way home on the streets. They're ending up in a strange somewhere where words and phrases blast before their consciousness. They see the theoretical structures of utopia in their dreams. And it is beyond their understanding, indeed. All right, this experiment is underway. With a good roll, it will conclude itself. What are you going to do from your second downtime action? Or will you cede the floor to your companion, Short Stuff?
Just because it's gonna be the same thing, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll study on this to actually conduct
Study.
the experiments.
Let's see it.
Great. Oh, frick.
Yeah.
However, you're discovering that this grand image of utopia that is running through their brains is overwhelming for the simple, uncomplicated consciousness of those that you have abducted in the night. Most people end up brain drained, and those that you bring into the experiment end up vegetables. They just don't last long enough to complete the study. You're going to need to find someone special.
Looking up from across the table of the cooking eyeballs, I simply say,
We require more vessels.
and make up my way out of the room.
Ramada feels the music, the terrible grinding music in your voice, and realizes you better find one, else he end up being that special someone. Yes, sir. It'll be done.
That's me.
And that is you. You pressed forward a downtime project that is soon to reach its conclusion. Rolling that 1 gets you 1 tick. You just need 2 to complete it.
Oh, okay. I thought that would be like negatives. I thought you were gonna be like, you require more bodies now, but
Yeah, but even a failure gets you a tick of 1. Like
Okay.
even a big failure, like all ones, gets you a tick of 1. So you proceed a little bit, but it's slow and with terrible, terrible fucking consequences that you just let happen.
I got no
Because you are
choice.
terrible,
It's the
terrible
game.
people. It's the game. All right, Red. That leaves us with you. You've got your 2 downtime actions to rest and recuperate and push forward your projects in the city.
Well, gonna clear some stress. Gonna hang out with the family, watch some television. Actually, that doesn't exist yet, does it? Listen to the radio.
Right?
And my second one's gonna be a lot bigger, and you might not expect it.
Oh my.
So we're gonna do some stress relief.
Let's indulge that vice of family.
Let's go. Yes.
All right. So you've got 4 ticks. You're feeling a lot better being with your son and wife.
Oh yeah. I'm
The
just spending
radio-
everything with them.
The radio is what you need. It lingers in your room, giving this grainy, crowing noise that's just content. There's a composure to the music that just doesn't exist anywhere else in your life.
Yeah, nothing like that. Not Glenn Miller to really set you back.
Ben Biller.
Ben Biller.
Ben Biller.
Ben Giller. Oh, that sounds too weird. Never mind. My second activity is going legit.
Really?
Starting to.
Okay. How's this gonna go about?
Shortstop's not a really good. He's not dumb by any stretch, but he's not a numbers guy. So he's gonna go about finding people to figure out what he should do. Be it start a casino or literally just start a simple. I mean, casino sounds pretty apt. So
Gotcha.
It's a good era for it. So yeah, he's gonna start his going legit scheme, quote unquote, by finding some people he can work with.
Excellent. A legit scheme that requires people who know numbers.
Yeah.
And we just lost Soul, right? So how are we gonna do that?
Oh, shortstop's gonna learn, or gonna kind of have to take a page out of his playbook, not in the literal sense. I mean, actually, for leveling up, that might be really flavorful to take an actual page out of his book.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll come to that though.
We will. All right. So you need to make some affiliates that are not in the underworld.
Yes.
I think this is similarly going to be a series of downtime projects. Making the affiliates, meeting the right people is going to be an 8-tick downtime action long-term project. Let's put it into play.
I'm gonna call this making friends.
Making friends.
And he's gonna have to do it in a way that he knows how, which is a little bit commandeering, but he's gonna try not to like threaten to kill anybody. He's just gonna be like, if you don't, there'll be consequences. Twiddle mustache.
Right.
You know. So
Boy, I sure's hopes you's got insurances.
You're basically
I
gonna
really
show
don't.
up out of the blue and say, "Hey, fella, you're gonna do this thing for me. And it's gonna be great.
Well,
Like
yeah,
I
I'm not
did a
just
week
gonna,
ago.
I'm not just gonna like strong arm and be like, hey, do this. I'm gonna be like, we can both mutually benefit, and if you don't, you're gonna get fucked. I'm gonna be fine, but you're gonna be the one getting fucked. But we could both come out all right. It's like it's extortion. It's classic extortion.
Indeed.
But after that, he doesn't really need to, like treat his friends like shit. But he doesn't want to work with Return of the Body Snatchers on like a legitimate side op. So
Right.
What about a
Stark is like
grifter?
smart.
You need a grifter.
well, you're like a pickpocket. Like
You
I need
up
like
and left.
politicians. I need like politicians. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. So we're gonna make those sort of friends. So roll a roll.
is it this is fortune during downtime?
This will be a fortune roll, but it will utilize one of your rolls like commands.
I will use command. Effect standard. I am going to push myself.
Push.
And I don't really have anybody around to help me, so yeah, no, we'll just do that. Oh,
Nice.
Oh.
Starting off strong.
Starting off strong. You've seen some stuff. Your fight with the glass cannon was rough, it was harsh, and you saw the unfolding of madness and destitution with your companionship. You got to get out of here. And you've only got one thing that can get you out of here. Your steadfast ability to command a situation. You're starting to move and shake. You make the right friends with the right assistance to the associate of the representative, things like that. You get palsy in a very, very commandeering way with people on the sidelines of power. You're moving yourself up. You are networking.
And not only am I networking, getting into contact with politicians and stuff like that, I'm actually using my playbook, or I'm using my trauma. Instead of doing something violent like he is doing, he's going right back to like, I'm gonna be as soft as fucking possible. By that, I mean I'm going legit. And whatever happens to these guys, it's just like, I'll play along with them for a little while, but when stuff starts going really bad, I need this safety net.
Yeah.
Because like I said, Orford's turning into Return of the Body Snatchers over here, so like I gotta be a little careful how I play my cards.
You've got to get out of this. You've got to get out of this before someone gets hurt.
Particularly me.
More.
More people. Yeah.
Particularly you or your family. Alrighty then. Well, you're on it. Now, this is a 6. Are you going to pay the coin to get this to a crit? That is 5 ticks.
Oh, it's 5 ticks right now.
You have 3 ticks right now, but if you pay the coin, it's 5, which is a big increase. Normally, if it's not a 6, paying to increase is only 1 tick. This is the unique opportunity when you can pay a coin for 2 additional ticks.
Well, in that particular regard, I still have 1 coin left over in my personal collection, and we have that stuff in the vault. So I will use my personal coin to push it.
Excellent. Yep. And what better way to get into the graces of politicians with greasing a few palms, eh? This is really pushing the long-term project forward in a great way. All right, 5 ticks in the end of your town time, which brings us to EXP. This is where we adjudicate the growth that you have gained through the score and learn if you get any new tricks of the trade to bring to the next session. All right, who wants to go first? Even though you ended up disappearing lost, Thimble still gets EXP, which he'll bring with him to the next time he's actually able to appear.
Fair enough. Let's have the other people get the EXP so I know what the hell is going on.
That's a great idea.
That's fair, yeah.
Okay,
We're
I'll
learning
go
from the
first.
dice rolling mistake.
Right.
I didn't roll any desperate actions, so no XP there. I addressed the challenge with knowledge or arcane power. I addressed a challenge, but I failed. Does that succeed?
Oh, it's fine if you fail.
Okay. And then I expressed my beliefs, drives, or heritages. I definitely did that. I would say by electing to kill those people even though I knew Shortstop didn't want to. And then I would say again by moving my long-term project forward.
All right, there's 2 ticks there.
And then I did not struggle with any issues or vices because I'm totally leaning into the viciousness. I didn't struggle with
That's
it.
the thing. It caused problems. It made things more complicated than they could have been, which is what you get EXP here from. When you do something that's non-optimal because it represents your traumas or your vice, you get EXP. So I'm saying 1 more tick here.
All right,
You got
sweet.
4.
Thank you.
You bastard.
Excellent. So basically, what they do is they recount everything they did through the session, looking at certain criteria given by the playbooks of Blades in the Dark. And if they meet those criteria, they get EXP. Let's see how Shortstop Redemption goes about this.
So, every time I rolled a desperate action, I did roll a desperate action at the beginning in prowess, and that fills out my prowess, so I do get a level up in that regard.
Fantastic.
So, when I level up in prowess, I just put 1 point somewhere, correct?
That is correct. Up to a total of 3 anywhere.
Let's see. Well, I specialize in wrecking things, so I don't know why I
You
would stop
do.
now. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
I am a wrecking ball.
Excellent.
So yeah, I'll go up to 3 in wreck, so that's really cool. And I addressed a challenge with violence or coercion. Yes.
Yes,
Violence
you
was
did.
Not bad. So that's already a playbook advancement. Let's see. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You
kinda
did.
like I'm in it for the money. I'm in it to protect me and mine.
And you're now trying to get out of it, which is pretty big.
Yeah. So would you say that's 2?
I'd say that's 2.
Hey.
I struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session.
You're a softie.
Yeah, I told him not to kill people, and then he went to do it anyway, the bastard.
Yep. So that's 5 ticks.
Hell yeah. Okay. So that does put me to a
Excellent.
playbook advancement, which is righteous. So.
Fantastic. Which will bring us to Thimble. So Thimble,
Yeah.
if you look at the bottom of your character sheet, underneath all of your special abilities, you'll see Mark XP. It gives
Yeah.
you several criterion for how you gain EXP as a hound. So let's go
Yep.
through those.
Well, the first one is execute a successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage operation, and I was pretty successful at that.
You are, I think, looking at the crew sheet. You need to look at your personal sheet at the moment.
Oh, that's not mine. Oh,
Make sure it says character mode.
oh, there we go.
My.
Every time you roll a desperate action, mark expand.
Yeah, you made a
You do-
desperate prowess, and you've already clicked an EXP in there, so you're good there.
Sweet.
What's next?
You addressed a challenge with tracking or violence. Does ramming the car count as violence?
Yeah, that's pretty. That's violent. That's pretty darn violent.
You expressed your beliefs, drives, or heritage, or background. We talked about myself.
Yeah, that's definitely true. You gave yourself your introduction and basically showed how you're a squirrely little miscreant. So I think that's 2 more ticks there.
Yeah. You struggle with issues from your vice 100%. I mean, I think I'm winning, but the team thinks I'm missing. So
Yeah, you just went and disappeared out of nowhere because you thought that was optimal. All right, so that's 4 ticks. That's a pretty good start to Blades in the Dark for you.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And
So
now,
basically, the more chaos you cause, the better you're doing.
basically, yes.
Sort of. Pro tip: stress out as much as you can on your first time, because when you get that trauma, that's how you get extra XP.
Oh,
Mhm.
nice.
So like I've got
So
just
2. Like
Yeah.
I could be obsessed or vicious and get extra XP that way.
Mhm.
Ah.
Yeah.
These basically give you character assets that you can lean into to gain EXP.
It's a game that
Cool.
rewards like role play as a means of mechanism. It's pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Which will then bring us to the crew itself. Let's see how they increased. And you were just reading off of it a moment ago, but I call these off and you tell me what's up. So, the Rokosians, did you execute a successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage operation? Tell me about it, did you?
I know I did. I don't know about
Oh,
you guys.
you kind of did, didn't you?
No, we did.
Stole some weapons.
It sounded like you guys were failing, and then I existed.
Oh boy, yeah, they were not starting things off well, and then you showed up and helped. Which then brings us to the question of, did you contend with challenges above your current station? This is something I tend to adjudicate on because I know how powerful the people you are dealing with is. And yes, you thought you were dealing with any old thing, but it ended up being the Seekers, and they are more powerful than you. So there's some EXP right there.
Yay.
Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one?
Wow.
Yes. Didn't we? We
Yes.
gained reputation, didn't we?
I
Yes,
mean-
you certainly did.
Negative
Yeah.
reputation is still reputation.
No.
Yeah.
We got positive reputation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Any reputation.
You are
is reputation,
known.
period.
You are known for your chaotic, strange ways. So there is a tick there. And did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of your crew today?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because we don't even know what we're doing anymore.
I know.
God, you guys just
I
hit a
know.
wall. All
Did you guys
over.
know what you were doing before? I
we
don't.
did,
I mean,
because we had Needle here. Needle knew everything that was going on, even if we had no fucking clue it existed.
And
Now,
now,
shortstop's kind of being like, well, I guess I'll take over.
and now there's nothing to stop me.
No.
Yeah.
I'll stop you.
Oh God, he
I'll
is
bury you in
just.
cement beneath my casino.
I'll just
Beetle
come
was
back.
trying to build a social network in which you could be the big boss of the city. You really want to create your fucking doomsday cult. And that's happening. And that is causing consternations because Shortstop wants a simpler life. He wants to get out of this. So that is 2 ticks of EXP because boy, oh boy, are you showing just what the Rokosians are about and all of the madness that happens there within.
Oh joy.
And how mad it is indeed to be within the big OP, for you see this city has no love for its inhabitants. You would want a utopia. You would want a greater being to construct with its implacable mechanisms a world that is just more comfortable for those who inhabit it. Because it's just so goddamn hard to make it. Just so goddamn exhausting to get the certainty that you can return to your home, your wife, and your kid. And know that madness will not descend upon their bedsides. Will that day ever arrive? We do not know.
nope.
All you can do is wake up to the madness and laugh in its fucking face. And with that, we conclude our session of EIN MEMETIC MORI.
Yay.
Yay!
I am CC. I am your host and the creative director behind this delve into the madness of the big OP. I am happy that we could come together for this faint moment in which we could laugh in the face of the Eldritch, to know that despite its terrible, terrible power and its sheer unwillingness to give us even our most essential comforts, that it's got a fucking funny face. And that can't help but give us a smile. Alrighty, fellas. Sign off for me. Tell me what's up. Let our intrepid viewers know what you're bringing to the table.
New blood? What you got going on?
Oh my god! You should have warned me. I would have prepped something.
Roll it out, boy. Roll it out. Improv.
I am joining the cast of I'm MEMETIC MORI for season 2 of this, which is super exciting because I didn't know how this works in any way, shape, or form. And honestly, you guys are like mentors to me right now because I have so many stoked so many fires that I don't know how to operate yet. That I feel like I'm learning. This is awesome. I'm really excited, and it's an honor to be here. I also, when I'm not trying to be more of a professional nerd, work as a personal trainer for one-on-one clients and have a exercise-infused TTRPG that I run online because I will never not be a professional nerd.
That's rad.
That is
Yep.
cool.
Love it.
And I have a podcast called Everyday Superhero Cast where I interview people that inspire me and we talk about inspiration.
Dude,
Love
that's
it.
awesome.
Absolutely love it.
Super cool. Well, we're super happy to have you along. It's so cool to have you here, Julian. Thank you for joining the cast, man. You are a treat. Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Nick, Red, what's good? What's really good?
Hey folks, I'm at VA Redemption. When my camera's not glitching out, I am usually on my own Twitch channel on Wednesdays, Thursdays. I'm gonna be here tomorrow at Saturday at 6:30 p.m. CST for Return the Call of Cthulhu. It's not gonna be Bebop and the Big Easy though. We're gonna go and hop into the world that we build on Wednesdays and Thursdays over on my Twitch channel, which is Redemption VA, not to be confused with VA Redemption.
Confused already.
You know what? You're just as confused as I am. So, and that's my name. So yeah, I'm usually on Twitter. You can find me there. But yeah, I'm on this channel a lot, and I love being here, and I love playing Blades in the Dark, and can't wait to do more of this.
Oh, thank you, Red. We love you, dude. So stoked to have you so involved, man. You're such a fucking class act, dog. Love you, man. Well, Cece, what you got going on?
My. Well, I've got I'm MEMETIC MORI going on. What I'd really like to do is take this moment to reiterate my thanks for our sponsor, Ampersand D20, the guy that created such amazing animation content for our rollout of I'm MEMETIC MORI. This fella is producing a fantastic show that you can find a little more information at his Twitter account on Ampersand D20 or in his Discord, which I will be linking now. This guy is producing Homebrew Havoc, an actual play all about bringing together the content of him and his players in a world that is created out of oblivion, out of the sheer momentary thoughts that comes to your mind. Really something that captures the I'm MEMETIC MORI spirit. So check that out. You've got his Twitter in chat, his Discord in chat. Go there for more information of Homebrew Havoc. And enjoy the madness of enveloping ideas in media res.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Cece, for putting on this fantastic show for us, man. All the stuff that you do is just fire, man. Everything touches gold. We're so fucking lucky to have you, dude. Thank you again to Julian for joining us. Thank you to Red for being here. Looking forward to having Klaus back next week. And yeah, you guys can find us here tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for Single Shot Saturdays. The Burnt Coin is going to be hosting some Deadlands, which is really cool. I've never played Deadlands before, and I'm sure it's going to be a blast. After that, we've got Aes, the Mountain, the campaign that Red is running, and then, of course, Sunday we have Heart of an Empire, Legend of Five Rings actual play, and then on Tuesday at 12:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, Curse of Strahd, Rise of Alma, and our whole lineups kind of rotates on Saturdays, if you did not know. So we have different shows every Saturday, but Fridays and Sundays we have I'm MEMETIC MORI each week and Legend of Five Rings, Heart of an Empire. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be raiding into Vancouver by night. They are friends of the channel. They are fantastic stream. They do a lot of really high quality content over there, and we are going to be giving them a little support. So thank you guys again. We love y'all. See you all tomorrow. Don't get Eldritch. Bye.
Mhm.